Hey Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on CapnclydesMTG. And today we've got more cards spiking and making comebacks in decks thanks to the new modern bans. And some of them may be surprising. So, before we get started, don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Links down below, TCG, eBay store, the Christmas giveaways down there, Patreon, join the YouTube channel, send me your money. Oh, wait, wrong channel. Anyway, so it helps keeps us sponsor free, so let's get into this sweetness, shall we? So, we're going to start with this bad boy, Demi-Lich. So, we talked in a previous video about Arc like Phoenix being a thing. And how it works, and this card, because of the Arclight Phoenix coming back to light and mainly Faithless Looting, this card has become hot, very hot. As you can see here, it is $14. It has taken a gigantic upswing at around 150 up to, this says 6, but they're listing at 14 right now, and this is the normal one from Forgotten Realms. This isn't the promo or a foil or sweet mother of Christ, anything else that's special about it. But why is it going up so much? Well, you can see here it's 4 blue for a 4/3, which is atrocious. God, it's atrocious. But it says here this spell costs 1 blue less to cast for each instant or sorcery spell you've cast this turn. You literally can cast this for free in Arc like Phoenix and not even be playing blue. Like, you literally could draw this in a mono red deck and slap this bad boy on the battlefield. Also, it says whenever it attacks, you get to exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard, copy it, and you may cast it for free. Oh, I'm sorry. Copy it, you may cast the copy. So, you got to pay for it, but who cares? And then you may cast Demi-Lich from your graveyard by exiling 4 instant and or sorcery cards from your graveyard in addition to paying its other costs. Let me sum that up for you. So, when you get this on the battlefield, you've probably already summoned 2 to 3 Phoenixes that turn. You've cast 4 spells already. This thing was just free for the giggles. And now it's on the battlefield. Someone has to deal with it before you punch them in the face with it. So they kill it. So it's in a graveyard. So you draw, and you cast that 1 red spell. I forget what it is, but it's 2 red and X. You get to cast X number of spells from the graveyard. You get 1 sorcery, 1 instant, or whatever it is. Basically, it's a 3 spell card for 3 mana. That makes this cost 1 blue. 1 blue. Because it says you may cast it from your graveyard by exiling 4 instant sorcery cards. So if your graveyard has been stacked, and it will be, you can exile 4 cards. Cast that one gives you 3 free castings. That makes this thing 1 blue, and you just play it for 1 blue if you're playing blue, if you have lands that produce blue in your deck, or you've metamorphosed. Take your pick. I'm not choosy here. If not, you could just then proceed to bolt your opponent in the face once for the giggles and cast it for free anyway. So, like, this card has really taken off as a great card in that deck, and because of that, this card in a blue-red Phoenix deck is really good. Also, if it stays at $15 or more, it's not so much budget deck. But to be honest, if you put 4 of these in there, which I would not put 4, don't put 4, it's still going to make the deck a lot cheaper than, well, all the other shit we look at. So, other cards that are coming in hot this week is Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. Notice here, it was down a little below $20. Respectable probably $18 to $17. Has spiked to $50. And I want to let you know, this is not because of Commander. It was $18 because of Commander. And a few other decks. But now, this monstrosity is just insane. I mean, have you looked at the backside? We can get something out of your graveyard and cast it again. Already a sweet card. But it's so hard to draw cards. Well, not when you're metamorphosing and Faithless Looting. 1 red, cast. Draw 2. Oh, it's my turn. I've already drawn 2 because it's Faithless Looting's a sorcery. Guess what? I'm flipping Tamiyo in turn 2. Anyway, I'm going to calm down now. So, yeah, this thing just got out of hand so fast. And I'm going to let your imagination run wild on that one. So, if you got any extras of these, now is probably a good time to sell them. Moving on, we also have a new combo. Well, I don't want to say a new combo deck, but a combo deck coming back into light with the unbannings, and that is Kenneth the Hidden Hand. As you can see here, legendary spells you cast cost 1 less. That is 1 less colorless, so it doesn't really work on colored mana. But it also says exile 2 legendary cards from your graveyard till end of turn. Each legendary card in your graveyard gains, you may play this card from your graveyard. Now, this was a weird combo deck with Breach and a few other things. But now that we have Faithless Looting back again, this combo deck is picking up steam because you can get it on the battlefield, get him on the battlefield relatively easy, and then literally just Faithless Looting to get all your stuff in the graveyard and just cast it for free. I mean, you exile 2 legendary cards. I mean, exile a couple mocks, or whatever, another one of these guys who may be in your graveyard. Like, it hasn't seen a whole lot of play, and yes, this card is on a downturn. It has been for a while, but you can see there at the end, it's starting to pick up a little steam, and really, if the combo deck gets off the ground is what's really going to decide if this is good enough to play. Being Abzan colors, it may not be strong enough. So, we'll have to wait and see, and I'll keep you guys up to date if this thing actually becomes popular enough to see a lot of play. Well, I guess not popular enough, good enough to be popular enough. Is that a sentence? Anyway, I'll let you guys know if this thing actually sees some traction, but I'm going to guess no. It could be just a lot of people speccing, and also, too, a big thing about this kind of deck, or any combo deck, really, is when you get to play it the first couple times, first couple tournaments, it catch people off guard. They don't know how to deal with it. They don't have sideboard cards for it. It becomes real easy to do some winning. But once people realize what's out there, and they can metagame their sideboard against it, or maybe even some of their main deck cards, combo decks can become pretty bad, especially the one that harbors this card. So, we'll wait and see, but who knows? Maybe it's going to breathe life into this thing. Somebody needs to, Jesus Christ. So, also, we have a new report. So, right here is the Kenneth Hand deck. Feel free, like I mentioned, if I see this deck actually doing rather well, I'll let you know. But if you want to put it together, see how it plays, I mean, you do you. Probably the best thing about this deck that the unbannings have helped is the Green Sun Zenith. You can see it right here. Because you can literally Green Sun for Grist the Tunger Tide. You can Green Sun for 3 mana, and Green Sun a Planeswalker on the battlefield because it counts as a creature. Play it. Not to mention everything in here is legendary. Oath of Nissa, I mean, all this stuff. Mox Amber can be discarded out of the graveyard. Soul Cauldrons. Like, lots of shenanigans. Lots of shenanigans. If you want the whole list, you can probably find it online somewhere. Here is the basics of it. Again, there's a Dryad Arbor. You can Green Sun out. Lots of cool things going on in this deck. So, we'll have to wait and see, like I said, if it picks up any steam. Because there is some pricey things in this deck, and it's going to have to be really good for people to go out hunting these cards down to see play. But to be fair, all the cards that are pricey are normally just good cards. Green Sun, Mox Amber, Cauldron, Endurance, Delighted Halfling. Cards that will be good in other decks and you can recoup your losses from. So, or you probably already have them, to be honest with you, to build other decks. So, yeah. There you have it. If you want to give this a try somewhere, feel free and tell me down below how that goes for you. So, also, we have Enduring Curiosity. Now, this isn't so much around the bans, but I thought it'd be interesting to bring this to light. Yes, this card has seen a lot of play, and it's got very expensive very fast in considering to its starting price. Who would have known that when your opponent gets hit by a creature and you get to draw cards, that would be good? Go figure. Anyway, I think the fact that once you kill it, it comes back into play and you still get the effect is the big takeaway for this. Plus, it has flash, for the love of God. Anyway, so this has seen a lot of play in a lot of different decks, especially standard decks. Now, the reason I bring this card up is because it makes, in not this one in particular, but in the many formats, we have been seeing one card, especially in standard formats, become one of the most played cards that there is. And that card, believe it or not, is Spyglass Siren. I know, hear me out. 1/1 flyer in standard is already good. It makes a map token, which can make this a 2/2, plus maybe, or worst case scenario, draw you a card or filter through your deck. So because of that, this card has been seeing lots of play in standard and even other formats because, well, it's cheap. The map token does the thing. It's kind of pseudo draw because if it's a land on top, no, you don't get to put a counter on it, but it draws it to your hand. So, and if it's not a land, it's not something you need. You can just surveil it to the bottom. Well, explore it to the graveyard so that you get a fresh look at the next card. This is seeing play in almost any deck with blue in it. It's insane. And it's just an uncommon, and it's really the unsung hero this last couple weeks of popularity, we'll say. As you can see, this card used to be roughly 25 cents, which has now spiked to over $2. That is insane. Now, not insane as some growth of some other uncommons, but those uncommons are being used in, groundbreaking formats with groundbreaking functions and so forth and so on. And they're really just hitting one, modern or maybe legacy, pioneer staple. They're hitting one faucet of that. This thing is everywhere in every deck that plays blue, it seems like. And I just thought I should probably give props to Spyglass Siren, as I used to make fun of this card and thought it was dumb. I was obviously wrong. This thing is here to stay, and maybe got some back. That's all I got to say. So, with all that said and done, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you appreciate it. Happy holidays, and until next time, be kind. Hope to see you crossing the game table. Or on my Twitch channel while I play PoE till my eyeballs fall out.